So Carers Trust as a whole exists to support carers. As Carers Trust Heart of England, we're a local network partner of the national branch of Carers Trust. And whilst we are here as our primary purpose to support unpaid carers, we also provide care for people who have care and support needs either in their own homes or in group-based settings.
I think it's such a caring organisation, and they care for the carers, which is the whole ethos, isn't it? To care for the carers.
At Carers Trust Heart of England, we try to be a one-stop shop for carers. The care system can be incredibly complex to navigate with lots of different people to speak to, so we aim to try and reduce that as far as possible to make things easier.
No 2 days are the same, no 2 hours are the same, even no 2 half hours. Every day is different, and we meet different people every hour, every half hour. It never gets boring.
So 50 years of delivering care services and support for unpaid carers in Coventry and Warwickshire, and Carers Trust as a whole was actually originated in Rugby. So the first network partner, the first scheme was set up in Rugby 50 years ago. What's really lovely in terms of our name and our brand around being Carers Trust, we've kind of worked that into a local phrase, if you like, is saying we're the ones that carers trust, because we are the ones that carers do trust in the local community, to support them, and not only them but to also support the people they care for, which is a privilege for people to trust us with looking after the people that they care for. So an unpaid carer is absolutely anybody. So from a very early age, there could be a child who's born into a family where a parent or a grandparent might need some help and support, which could be as simple as providing some emotional support, or it could be as far as looking at preparing meals, doing housework, it could be administering medication, to somebody who's supporting their husband or their wife who might have had a later stage diagnosis. So somebody might become an unpaid carer as an adult, as an older person.
Joining the Carers Trust, if anything, I was unwell, anything happened to me, I've got that service to call if I need it, because that's important. That's always a worry when you're getting older. You can suddenly become ill, and then your husband can't probably call much help anyway. And I find that having that backup is really, really good.
I care for my mum. I have to do, whether it's daily tasks or weekly tasks, for example doing a weekly shopping or doing mini shop runs, if it's just going down to the corner shop to get some electric, gas, etc. I discovered Carers Trust when I was in year 6 or 5, so roughly about 9 years old. Support has been substantial throughout the years, so whether it was having regular one-to-one assessments and meetings, checking if I was okay, checking if my mum was okay.
ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ 8 ਸਾਲ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਯੰਗ ਕੈਰਰ ਸੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਾਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਦਾਦਾ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਦੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਉਸਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਖਾਣ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਬਾਥਰੂਮ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ, ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਅਤੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਧੋਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਅਤੇ ਆਇਰਨਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ।
So we try to do our best by raising funds, whether that's through fundraising or applying for trusts and grants, which are becoming more and more scarce, in order to be able to supplement those services that we're delivering.
So we are a charity, Carers Trust Heart of England, so we do rely heavily on donations, and also other charities, like there's the Big Lottery Fund who helps us with money at times. But we always like to do things like fundraising.
If it wasn't for the generous donations from some of our network partners or sponsors, or donations online, it's something as small as £50 pays for healthy snacks for us to provide at our wellbeing groups, because often we try to adjust the timings for such things to meet the needs of all unpaid carers across the city. So they're often coming straight from school. The first thing young people want to do after like a 6-hour day at school is eat something, and it's those small things that help support what we deliver.
We know that care is expensive, it's expensive to deliver, it's expensive to buy, so we want to make sure that we offer families low cost options that are high quality, which feeds into that reputation of that people can trust us to look after the person they care for, because we won't compromise on what we're able to deliver based on the cost that it costs us to be able to do that. Our workforce is amazing. We can't do what we do without the people who work for us. We're in a position where over 90% of our staff team have either been carers or are carers at the moment, so they have a real understanding of what it's like to be an unpaid carer.
You're calling Carers Trust an organisation, but I'd more call it a family, because everybody in the organisation is amazing, from Claire Dale, the CEO, all the way down. Everybody will speak to you, everybody's lovely. If you're struggling with anything, like, all you have to do is say, and you'd have a whole team of people willing to help you.
The thing I like the most is meeting people and making them feel good about themselves. And when you walk out, you think you've enhanced their life and they're feeling much better because they've had a visit from you. And it also makes you feel good about yourself.
The community is hugely important because they're the ones who promote us and support us. We support them, but they support us in another way. So a lot of people who will access our services will often access them based on word of mouth. So we can do all the promotions and the marketing, and that will help to some degree. But if you have a good experience, you'll tell your friends, you'll tell your family, and that matters. So people matter to us, and we want people to feel like they've experienced a professional service but with a community feel.
The buzz is around getting out there and raising the awareness of unpaid carers. So whether that's hanging out at a local McDonald's with some banners and some leaflets, or whether that's attending one of our larger network events where we host expos where network partners can come and find out more about us, hosting assemblies within schools, or visiting other educational settings like universities and colleges. There's so much work to be done in terms of raising the awareness.
So it's really important that we do as much we can to recognise the work that the voluntary carer does, and the Carers Trust is actually a vehicle to do that. You couldn't get a better organisation.